Well, we're still waiting to see the balance of power and how that shakes out from the election. What we do know is several races across the country made history this season.
Yes, that's right. The first member of Gen Z to serve in Congress is expected to head to Washington in January. CBS News projects a 25-year-old Democrat, Maxwell Frost, will take Florida's 10th congressional district. He focused his platform on things that seem aligned with Gen Z: stricter gun control laws, abortion rights, and Medicare for all. Earlier, he spoke with CBS News about why it's important more Gen Z and millennials take a seat on Capitol Hill.
Being the first Gen Z member of Congress isn't the reason I decided to run. I really wanted to run to represent my district, but it's a huge part of the story. You know, Gen Z and millennials make up about a third of the country, but we're nowhere near a third of the government, and I think we need a government that needs to look like the country.
Other historic firsts include Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey becoming the first woman to be elected governor in the Bay State. She's also the first openly lesbian governor in U.S. history. Former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders is the first woman to be elected as governor of Arkansas. And Wes Moore made history in Maryland, becoming the first Black person elected as governor in that state. And joining us to talk more about all of this is Larry Sabato. He is the director of the University of Virginia's Center for Politics. Larry, good to have you. So let's talk more about these historic victories. What stood out to you?
Well, of course, it's been difficult to focus on the individuals actually elected because we're still trying to figure out for sure who's controlling the Senate. And we think we know the Republicans will control the House, but that's still up in the air, too. But look, the long-term trend is clear. Just as America's population is diversifying in many ways, so is our politics. Younger generations are much more open to the idea of electing people who are not exactly like them. They don't look at race or at gender or other divisions quite the way that older people, maybe in my category, baby boomers, do. So this is going to continue because that's America. That's the future of America.
And so considering that, Larry, and so many of us who follow politics closely have been looking at your crystal ball and your predictions for many years now, but considering what you've just said, what do some of these victories say about the direction the nation is heading, even when you factor in that election denialism wasn't something that voters completely repudiated? Some of them liked it. I mean, what does all of this tell us about where we're headed?
It tells us that we're very, very divided, and there's no sense trying to pretend otherwise. Election denialism is concentrated entirely in one party, and it's been generated by something that is called the big lie from Donald Trump and others. And that's something that has to be dealt with because in the end, you can't have democracy without truth. Truth matters. So when you look at something like that, you understand there are partisan dimensions to it, and that it's a problem all of us have to focus on in order to solve. But the other divisions are becoming very interesting to all of us because what was once unimaginable, I grew up in the 1950s and 60s, the idea of having a Black governor in Maryland or anywhere would have been considered unthinkable. It just wasn't going to happen, and it didn't happen for a long time. It didn't happen until Doug Weiler was elected in Virginia in 1989, and we could go down the list of firsts and say the same thing about each and every one of them. But that is refreshing to hear, and it restores our faith in what America is already and can be.
A little depressing, the thing about division, but a little hopeful that folks are looking beyond just some labels in who they support. Larry Sabato, always great to chat with you. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. Thanks so much.